Sterilized Autoclave, this is Ron.
Hi. I'm calling on behalf of my boss. We bought this M9 Autoclave, and she wanted me to figure out how to use it. So.
Okay. There's two different styles of M9s. Easiest way to tell the difference is the color of the LCD display. One has a red background. Green. Okay, that's the new style. Yep. Well, it's an automatic, so it's going to be super easy. Now, to start, are you in front of the machine right now or near it?
Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, so it requires distilled water. I mean, it's just like any autoclave. And, when you open up the door, there's your fill spout, that kind of white plastic, M9 holds about a gallon of water, maybe just under a gallon of distilled water. And that's going to put, as you pour it, you'll see the water level rise in that tube. And, it goes into the green. And, okay, so that's the easy part. Yeah. So at that point, you got 4 trays. Just like any other autoclave, and when you put your instruments in, don't overlap the packs or whatever. Most of what are you sterilizing? Is it pouches like the plastic paper pouches, or do you wrap in that textile kind of wrap, or what? What does it look like?
Pouches.
Okay, I mean that's going to be the most commonly used cycle.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, it's just automatic. Once you shut the door, and you kind of use your palm to kind of push and shut, like push the door in and then down with your palm on the door latch.
Put some pepper in on it, yeah.
But
does it click or anything when it's in, or?
Say that again.
Does it click or anything when it's in? It doesn't. Or it's you can't pull it off.
When the door's latched, that handle is, you'll feel it go all the way down. It won't let you start. If you try to start a cycle, the door's not fully latched, it'll tell you the door's open.
Okay.
But, and at this point, you can, it's always good to check your instrument manufacturers. They'll have their guidelines, but, for the most part, that pouches is EPA approved. It's going to, if you hit select that cycle without hitting start, and it'll tell you the variables. It'll say 270, 500 degrees, 30-minute dry time, and everything like that.
Okay.
Now, I mean, at that point, if that's the cycle you want, then all you got to do is hit the start button, and you're done.
Okay.
So, it's always
easy.
good. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's always, those orange door gaskets, it's always good before you start a cycle, just give them a visual. Sometimes they're made to change easy. Downfall of that is sometimes they can kind of come out of place. So I just always make sure those orange door gaskets are where they should be before you close the door. But after you hit start, your display is going to tell you what's going on. It's going to tell you filling chamber. And it takes roughly 30 seconds, 45 seconds to put water in the chamber enough to, for that to run a cycle. It's not like full of water. Yes, it's enough water that covers that heating element.
Yeah.
And then it will display heating,
the whole rundown,
Yeah, the whole rundown. Now, Now, of course, at the end of the cycle, it will tell you fast vent, and it'll vent off, and then it'll tell you opening door. And the door opening process is real quiet. You'll start to slowly see that door latch handle, rise up, and then it should kind of partial, like when it's set up proper, the door kind of pushes open slightly, and it kind of lets whatever residual steam and moisture that's in there. Okay. It has to have that because it's an open door drying, so the air gets in there, circulates, and it's going to give you a countdown, a 30-minute dry time. Okay. Now, if you do the same instruments and you realize, well, that's in 15 minutes or dry, or 20 minutes, 30 minutes is just a default that it sets up. You can just let it ride if you want, and it'll tell you cycle complete when if it goes through the whole 30-minute dry process.
Okay.
Now, here's something important, to keep your machine clean, and it's a weekly thing. That where you're pouring that water, it's going to recycle that water every single cycle. It's going to use it, spit it back into the reservoir, use it again, spit it back into the reservoir. After about a week, you need to change the water, because the reason of using the distilled water is it's very low in dissolved solids, like 3 parts per million. And so when it boils, there's not much to separate. Well, after a week, it's gained in whatever junk that accumulates. So change it. Just, once a week, change your water, and just take that drain tube, stick it in a bucket, or what I do is I save one of your empty water jugs. Do that in your machine, because when the water starts getting yucky, when it boils it's going to separate. What started off at the beginning of the week is 3 parts per million, it might be 25 parts per million by the end of the week, and it's going to separate that, and it's going to turn your chamber black. It's going to turn your instrument trays kind of yucky, dull. So that's the best thing that you can do. Yeah. Just
okay.
And you see, on that machine, you see that QR code. You can scan that or call, any kind. Just like you had questions now, just feel free to call anytime that you want for any kind of questions on anything.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
You have a good holiday.
You too. You take care. Thanks.
Bye-bye.